I have a number of roles in my life, and one of them happens to be that of an Army chaplain in the Canadian Armed Forces Reserves. And I'm always looking for good resources to help me to become a better Army chaplain. And I came across this book here, Spiritual Readiness. And this book was excellent. I really enjoyed it. It is from an American context, which is slightly different than that of the Canadian or British or whatever. But there was so much that was in common, and the principles that were in here were just fantastic. And so they go into the idea of what spiritual readiness is, because that's not just about praying people into being good or making sure that everyone's studying their Bible or anything like that. Spiritual readiness is a bit more generic than just helping to disciple someone, say as a Christian specifically. Because the fact is, armies, Canadian, American, British, we have members that are belonging to all sorts of different faiths. And how do we tell our leadership, our commanders, that we have a role as chaplains? And the fact is, our role is in promoting spiritual readiness, because as we help people spiritually, we actually help them to be ready operationally, and they're able to do the jobs that they are training for. And so this idea of spiritual readiness, again, it goes beyond specific religion, although they do talk about religious resources that are available. And so we can help a Jewish member be spiritual ready with certain Jewish resources, or a Muslim member, or a Christian member, or so on. There are Buddhist resources and all of those other things. But there's some other ways for us to look at spiritual readiness as well. And we can deal with the big questions of what is important, what gives us value, what are the things that motivate us, all of these things to help us be spiritual ready and to help the members that we work with to be spiritually ready. And so it explains it well in terms of having those conversations with our commanders and having that ongoing discussion. In fact, if you notice that the subtitle here is Essentials for Military Leaders and Chaplains. And so I think the expectation is that military leaders should be reading this book as well to understand the role of a chaplain. And again, it's going to have to be adjusted somewhat from military to military. So not necessarily everything that is described here is something that is directly applicable to the Canadian context, but a lot of it is. And there's so much that is good in terms of planning how we can go about doing things, programs that we can put into place. And there are charts in here of things that they have done and that they are suggesting. But there are all kinds of just great nuggets of wisdom here for military chaplains that we can adjust and apply to our own context. So if you are a military chaplain, or if you know someone who is a military chaplain and you're looking for something for them, I would highly recommend Spiritual Readiness. And I'm going to leave a link in the show notes, an Amazon affiliate link that you are welcome to use if you want to purchase that book. Thank you so much, and God bless.